The Los Angeles Lakers have the best record in the NBA at 24-3. The Milwaukee Bucks have the second best record at 24-4. And now the Dallas Mavericks are the only team in the NBA to beat both of them, and both wins came on the road. When Luka Doncic went down with an ankle sprain, the next few weeks seemed bleak for the Mavs. Doncic was running everything. He was putting up a combination of numbers that very few players have ever come close to. And without Luka, what are the Mavericks? Well, we may have gotten an answer to that question the other night when the Mavs beat the Bucks in Milwaukee. I'm Nick Angstead, and let's break down how the Dallas Mavericks broke the Bucks' 18-game winning streak. If you like breakdowns like this, subscribe to the channel and check the links in the description to follow me on Twitter and check out the daily Locked On Mavericks podcast. Let's start with the obvious. Giannis Antetokounmpo is insane. He dropped 48 points with 14 rebounds in this game. And honestly, he left a lot on the table, settling for 6 threes as he tries to add that to his game. And he only played in 34 minutes because the Mavs were up by 15 with 3 minutes left to go. But the Mavericks tried what they could against Giannis, and they caught him a few times at the rim early in the game.
Dribble drive in the paint, and another block shot by Dallas.
And they did have some success containing him and causing turnovers when they sent a double team.
Just returned to the game, and Giannis with a catch in the paint, trying to pull his way to the basket, and he lost it.
But most of the game, Giannis had his way with the Mavericks bigs and finished through contact 5 or 6 times in this game, causing Maxi Kleber to foul out and Dwight Powell to finish with 5 fouls, which will both be important later.
6 out of 12 for Porzingis tonight. Goes in.
His offensive repertoire.
Just nice little drives and soft runners off the glass.
And in one play, he basically treated Justin Jackson like a JV kid playing against the varsity.
It happens.
Paint catch. Oh, Giannis still scored.
Giannis's length seems to go without saying. You don't get called the Greek Freak for nothing, but he utilizes it so well, maybe better than any player since Dr. J. And the way Giannis can finish over and around players like Kristaps Porzingis is a little like Dr. J.
Stood tall.
Fight of heavyweights tonight.
For a former and maybe future 2-time MVP, the Mavs did a terrible job sticking with Giannis and rotating. He finished with wide open dunks in the lane almost as often as he completed the and-ones.
The game for Dallas, 39% shooting in the game for Milwaukee. That's going to help it though.
But the Dallas Mavericks had answers of their own on offense, starting with Kristaps Porzingis. With Luka out for a few weeks, a lot of eyes will be looking to KP to see how he can step up and fill the superstar hole that Doncic left. And KP made an early statement in this game.
A lot of good defensive possession in the opening 6 minutes of the game as Porzingis is there to flush home a miss by Powell.
Yes, sir.
Back cut, Sterling Brown, here he comes, and he has it swatted. Big stuff by Porzingis. Defensive tone and three-point shooting. Really good for the Mavericks in this quarter as Porzingis then takes off and soars and scores.
Porzingis has had a rough go at it trying to get his own shot to start the season, but he made some good decisions and created for himself a few times in this game without Luka to feed him. But maybe the most impressive thing he did on his way to 26 points was 2 back-to-back deep threes midway through the fourth quarter that kind of speak for themselves.
Finney Smith stuck in the corner, able to pry himself out of that problem, and Porzingis a long three, bang! We go into the back half of the fourth quarter now.
Porzingis.
Again, Porzingis again! The unicorn!
Seth Curry also contributed 26 points in this huge win, doing what he does best, hitting from deep.
Porzingis quickly up, delivered the pass. Finney Smith in the paint. Curry was calling for it back, and Curry saves it right into Jalen Brunson.
And good job by Brunson getting the ball up the floor.
But this year, he's also added this running bank floater to his game that he can pull out when players rush to close out on him on a three-point line, and he was hitting it consistently in this game.
Done by Giannis. Now Curry, around the defense, and he does it again.
And the other driving force for the Mavericks offense was Jalen Brunson, who finished with 13 points and 11 assists. Brunson is an opportunity scorer and can do pretty much everything you want a modern point guard to do, even if he's not elite at one aspect of the game. And his passing and playmaking was massive for the Mavericks in this game, driving and kicking out to shooters.
6 assists.
Seems like he bumps in 2-12 rebounds.
Corner 3, Maxi Kleber, he gonna hit. All
of great offensive players. I just don't think Dallas have anybody that is that kind of a guy.
And this play that deserves extra attention. Watch as Brunson penetrates into the lane off the pick and roll, draws several Milwaukee defenders, including Chris Middleton, and then without turning around, slides this bounce pass back to Dorian for a wide open three. An incredible pass. But the big story in this game was the Bucks' comeback in the last few minutes. With 4 minutes and 22 seconds left, the Mavs were up by 15 and Giannis was sent to the bench. With 3 minutes and 13 seconds left, the Mavericks were still up by 15 points. Porzingis went to the bench and so did Dwight Powell. The Mavs were basically playing 3 point guards and 2 wings with no bigs at all. It was about at this point in the game when Luka tweeted from Dallas saying, "Great W." The game felt over, but with no size on the floor, the Bucks started climbing back one layup at a time.
Dallas has ever snapped as a 12-game winning streak. Outside to Hill, under the defense, inside to Brown. Hill for 3, the number 1 3-point shooter in the league, missed it. But DiVincenzo flies in. Well, it's good to have a good feeling about this thing. I'm not going to lie, I felt like that as Ilyasova scores with an and one, double digits, and they have tonight 7 players at double digits, right? Oh boy. Here comes Hill, accelerating all the way up the floor. 4-point game, 17 seconds left.
The Bucks played the foul game and got the lead down to 4 when they sent Giannis back into the game. Jalen Brunson hit both his free throws to bring the lead back to 6, and the Bucks sprinted down the floor, scoring in just 4 seconds.
12 points, 13 points now, 11 assists. Hill to Giannis, dunk, 11-9.
Causing Carlisle to call a timeout for the Mavs. At a timeout, Tim Hardaway Jr. got fouled, split the free throws, and the Bucks scored in less than 4 seconds.
Hitting him big.
Lead is back to 6, and here comes the freight train.
And repeat, Tim Hardaway Jr. split his free throws again, and Giannis did what he'd been doing all game. Got to the rim in 2.4 seconds and finished through contact.
Just something to slow him down this time. And it's Giannis who, it's a blocking foul!
But one of the few flaws in Giannis' game is that he's shooting under 60% from the free throw line this season, and he missed this one when it mattered.
Free throw. And the free throw's up, and the free throw is no good! And it's a Porzingis block, and the ball out of bounds!
Sterling Brown got the rebound, but Porzingis blocked his shot attempt. The Mavs got the ball back. Tim Hardaway Jr. split free throws once again, but the Mavs secured the big win. Comment below, what did this Mavs win say about the depth of the players around Luka Doncic to you? And again, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel for more breakdowns like this. You can follow me on Twitter at NickVanExit and subscribe to the Locked On Mavericks podcast wherever you get your pods. Thanks for watching. Boom.